Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic Wrath and our human rogues Joyous journey. We are starting off at Chillwind Camp today, and we have 4 more levels that we need to get in order to walk through the Dark Portal. And between the Eastern and Western Plaguelands, this is where we're going to do it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and refresh our poisons before we get going.
What can I do for you?
Welcome to the Plaguelands, hero. This is one of the most dangerous frontiers in Azeroth, especially with the looming threat of the Scourge to our north and northeast. I'm glad to hear that the clarion call of duty and service to the greater good did not fall on deaf ears with you. If you're ready to get your hands dirty, then there is plenty for willing and able heroes to do here on the edge of the Plaguelands. With Anderhal's western and northern roads into the city well fortified, I'm looking to strike at it from a less defended eastern road. The Scourge relies on the buffer of undead that infest Sorrow Hill as the first line of defense. If we are to advance on Anderhal, we will need to do it through Sorrow Hill. Your first assignment will be to clear the way through Sorrow Hill, thin out the skeletons and ghouls that haunt the area. Report back to me when this is done.
For the Alliance.
Need help?
All who fight evil on behalf of the Argent Dawn must don our commission. Wearing such will earn you a right to claim rewards our quartermasters have to offer.
Be careful.
Okay, we don't really need to worry about that, obviously.
What can I do for you?
My dear brother Alexei what a fool I was to spare his life. I looked into the face of the enemy, one of the undead, and I let him live. He now searches for my inheritance. This simply cannot happen. Find my family's deed before that vile wretch gets his bony hands upon them, and I shall reward you with vast riches. They lay in the ruins of Skullomance. Make haste.
Light bless you. Greetings.
I've tried many times to rout out the Scarlet Crusade through force alone, but to no avail. So, as an alternative, I've decided to make their lives more difficult. If you're willing to help me, I want to infest that lumber mill with the most terrible species of termites ever found. In Plaguewood, near the once great Stratholme, there is a breed that survived the plague and the Scourge combined. Find their mounds and fill this jar with them so we can prepare them to be unleashed on the Crusade.
Go with honor, friend.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is head right over here to the east, and we are going to start fighting stuff, and then we will grab the breadcrumb quest to help Pamela. I feel like in Wrath they went back through here and they did some level adjusting. I feel like the enemies here are a lower level now. Maybe everything here is a lower level than it used to be in vanilla. The fact that we can fight this close to the rest of the guys and they're not aggroing us is pretty different than what I remember of this area on other characters. There we go, we finally aggroed somebody. Hey, we're starting to get rune cloth now. That's good because we can actually make rune cloth bandages right now. Let's make our way inside the house, I think, if we want to grab this quest. So many of us died at the Battle of Darrowshire, so many died and worse. When the battle began, I hid my niece Pamela, and I do not know what happened to her. I am but a wandering spirit, but my heart still longs to know Pamela's fate. Please, good rogue, will you go to Darrowshire and search for her. It is to the east beyond Garen's Withering. I vaguely remember this gnome having a quest for us, but maybe not yet. You see, this is more of what I remember about being here. Is like, as a melee class especially, you can't pull one enemy without pulling multiple enemies. Which for us right now is actually okay. Apparently we're in combat with this Death Knight. He's taking care of these guys. He's level 59. Some people like to stay in Azeroth even after they hit level 58, especially with the experience buff. I don't know why you would. The questing is going to be easier in Outland. The quests are going to be closer together. They actually reward more experience than the quests here. So it always kind of confuses me, but I get that if you want to do it because you love the zone or the story. We don't need any toxic saliva, thank you, ghoul, but we will pass. You go ahead and keep your tongue to yourself, okay? We need one more ghoul. From somewhere. All of the ghouls have been killed. There's some skeletons back up. We can, well, we can sneak right back here, actually. And we'll grab this last ghoul. And we will go turn this in.
Can I help you?
All along the watchtowers, through the use of a magical device known as a beacon torch, we can mark targets of our choosing for future actions by our troops. To that end, we think the Scourge are using Anderhall's watchtowers as a means to control their troop movements. Your mission: breach Anderhall's defenses to plant the beacons at the 4 watchtowers. You'll need to be in the doorway of each tower to plant the beacon. It will then proceed to mark the tower.
See you later.
Alright, and he also has the Scourge Cauldrons. Within the lands of the former Lordaeron are 8 cauldrons. 4 here in the west and 4 more ensconced in the east. These cauldrons spew poisons into the air, propagating the plague throughout the land for the Scourge. The necromantic might of Kel'Thuzad is too strong to outright shut down these cauldrons, but we think we might have a way to subvert them to our advantage. My second High Priestess, McDonnell, will be your point on this assignment. She'll continue the briefing from here.
See you around.
There she is.
You need something?
May the power of the light shine upon you in these dark times, Rogue. I am pleased to serve as your coordinator for our plan to sabotage the Scourge Cauldrons. Our goal will be to change the composition of the plague that the cauldrons create into something that negatively affects the Scourge. In order to effect this change, you will need to secure access to each of the 4 cauldrons present in the Western Plaguelands. Stand ready, hero, for a glorious battle against the vile Scourge awaits you. Fellstone Field. Of the 4 cauldrons here in the west, the one located at Fellstone Field may be the easiest one to obtain access to. The Scourge have greener troops positioned there, though they should not be underestimated. Go to Fellstone Field, northwest of Anderhall, and engage the Cauldron Lord there. We think that a key will unlock access to the cauldron. When unlocked, use this bottle to obtain a sample of the poisons inside the cauldron. We'll need it for study in developing a counter agent.
Light bless you.
Sounds pretty complicated. Let's do the watchtowers first. So Dark Mending is a heal. We're gonna want to save the kick for the heal, I think. That's where I wanted to end up, but it's not really the amount of health I wanted to end up with. We'll get through this fight and then we'll heal up. We could probably start to make some rune cloth bandages. In fact, I'm gonna do that. The Mage Weave ones are still pretty good. Since we aggroed it last time, let's just go in here and kill it before we use the item. Oh, it's level 57. Let's do a little evasion. It was a close one, yep. It's still pretty close. There we go. Let's try to sneak a heal in here really quick. Alright. Glad we came out of that one okay. We need to head over here and pick up the quest from Chromie. I probably should have done that already before heading out this way. A matter of time. Tampering of the timeline by a sinister force, most likely the Scourge, has occurred in Anderhall. I can try to keep the passage of time here intact and mend what has been damaged, but I'll need your help to do so uninterrupted. Temporal parasites, carrion that feed on the strands of time's altered flow, now infest the silos of Anderhall. A blue pulse of distortion is their only visual marker. They slow my auguries. Please, Rambles, help me by using this temporal displacer to root out these parasites. Apparently Chromie went from having like white hair at one point to having blonde hair. A little bit weird. But yeah, in retail she's definitely blonde. Elite Guard, cool name. Alright, now we can get to the parasites from the silos, and we have one more tower to grab as well. So, do we just need to use the items here? I think so. And then it's going to spawn some enemies at us. I think it'll keep spawning for a while as we stand here. Could be wrong. Okay, so this one spawned 3 and only 3. So we will have to visit different silos here. We are in combat with you. Oh, and you! Fun! He was doing way too much damage with that Shadow Bolt. It was getting kind of crazy. You know, because we can't evade magic, apparently. We're gonna have to take out at least this ghoul back here. Let's make our way down to the last tower, and then after that we will go turn in Chromie's quest first, before heading back to Chilwyn Post. not really a safe thing to do what we just did, but it works because we have Vanish. And so far I haven't had Vanish fail us. It's the only reason I trust it so much. Temporal yep, we got the parasites. Time feels easier to mend now, thank you. While you might not understand fully the consequences of a fractured timeline, I appreciate that you understand the urgency of countering what I suspect more and more to be a scourge-driven malfeasance. I see no harm in rewarding you for your assistance, mortal. Nothing that we need. Counting out time. I need you to reach into the world beyond this room, Rambles. Allow me to explain. You see the difference in this room compared to the rest of Anderhall. My Dragonflight works in many different ways and in many different timelines. To mend Anderhall's damage, I now act from a different timeline as not to overly contaminate it. To continue this though, I need time trinkets, ones trapped from when the plague hit. Find them in lockboxes around the ruined buildings that make up this once proud city. Alright, so here's what the lock boxes are going to look like. Got one right here in this house. I don't think there's too much more to this that we can do. These are exactly what I need, Rambles, thank you. Allow me to suitably reward you with this. Inflict 1400 to 1800 arcane damage on the attuned target. And lower the damage it deals by 25%. You may not understand what you would need such a device for. You might not even know quite what it really is. Alas, I cannot tell you when you will find it most useful. Just know that at some point in the future you may find this item to have extreme utility and function when consumed. So we can use that against the elite here, probably. If you are willing to help once more, I can certainly use your assistance. Okay, this is just to get the item again. We can keep getting the item. So if we were to go use it, we could then come back, do the quest again, and get another item. Which is cool, but not something that we need to do. So we'll hang on to that, and if we get a chance to go up against the End Elite Necromancer here, we'll try to use it on him. For now, let's get ourselves back to Chillwind Camp.
Greetings.
My priests are reporting that our beacon trackers are picking up extremely strong signals on all 4 towers. Dare I say it, but I believe you've executed another mission with complete and total success. Well played once again, Rambles. With all the towers marked, our preparations for the attacks are now in place. The time has come to take the fight to the Scourge. Alas, Anderhall. Alas, the time to attack Anderhall and drive out the Lich that controls it is upon us. Inside the ruins of the city is where the Lich, Araj the Summoner, holds dominion. He is guarded by numerous scourges surrounding the remains of the city's center, and his personal retinue of guardians attached to him directly is formidable. You will need numerous allies to even stand a chance of facing him successfully.
Have a good one.
Oh. So, yeah, I guess we would need numerous friends as well as the item. So, don't know whether we'll be doing that. We could look for a group. I don't know how many people here are going to be playing right now. Let's see. Not very many. So for now, let's go to the Fellstone Field Cauldron and try to do that stuff. We can pick up Better Late Than Never. So there's a lot of guys here. There's the Lord right there. Yeah, like how many of these guys, if I pull this guy, we're getting everybody. We're gonna get everybody. We're even gonna get this guy over here, I think. The sorcerer is just gonna blast us. What else is gonna happen? We might be able to do this, and, well, we won't have Vanish up. I'm worried that even with all of our cooldowns, we can't do this. Well, we could have done it. We're not going to do it now. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I am not sure what to do about that. We just kind of fat-fingered it and could have done a much better job. And we didn't. Yeah, I don't know why I come here. Every character I go through like the same process where like I think on this character the plague lands are going to be different this time. The plague lands are always the same. Don't fool yourself. I do the same thing every time. I get really excited to get into Outland and I try to make the plague lands like my last stop. And it doesn't really ever work out very well. There's a couple of reasons why it doesn't work out very well. One is what you just saw. There's too many enemies too close together. It really feels like a zone built to be quested in with a group. Like if you have a couple of friends and you're wrapping things up, coming here is a great idea. If you're literally just playing the game by yourself, don't ever come here. Don't come here. There's nothing for you here. Go do Fellwood and Winter Spring. Probably be a better idea. We're going to try this one once more today. And then I think I might have to figure out a different plan going forward. Essentially right now, the only problem is that there's too many enemies too close together. There's absolutely zero we can do about any of that. We can't affect it. There doesn't seem to be a safe way to pull them all. He's kind of in a different position now. He started over here. It looks like maybe he's kind of moved a little bit. I think this guy's got it. He's, yeah. Now, same thing here. If I pull this guy, then who knows? I probably just pull the whole area again, right? Well, we've looted the key, so that's good. Do we have Vanish up? We do have Vanish up. This was questionable.
I need help.
That was kind of creepy, that little voice line, I need help. I don't know if I've heard that before. It wasn't our character saying that. Our character's voice has been turned off, I think. The package must be delivered before I'm trapped here. The cries of a panicked woman feel almost like a whisper floating through the house. Cowered in the upstairs corner is an apparition of a woman. She does not seem to be fully cognizant of her surroundings, and she is only vaguely aware of you. Are you here to deliver my package? Please, before it gets much worse. I was gonna ride out of here. Should still be by my horse. Or am I too late? I don't know. Could be too late. I think that means we have to get into the barn next door, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. A package in the barn that you might have otherwise overlooked now stands out amongst the decay and ruin. Perhaps this is the one the ghost of Janice Felstone was clamoring about. You pick up the package, wiping off a small layer of dust and grime that has settled on it. It is addressed to in a hurried hand to an Emma Felstone of Stormwind. The delivery of the package is dated for well over 4 years ago. Though it is unclear if Emma Felstone is even alive, it is widely known that the Stormwind City Hall keep records on the populace of the city. This is handled through the royal factors of the Stormwind census. Thank you for the random background about the Stormwind government. A writer just decided to make that a little bit more plausible by sneaking in some random factoid about how the census is handled. I like that. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, and I'm not 100% convinced that we're ever going to come back. So yeah, my plan right now, guys, is that we are not going to be questing here after today. Part of me is tempted to run over here. I want to do these. There's Demon Dogs, 20 Plague Hound Runts, 5 Plague Hounds, 5 Frenzied Plague Hounds, 30 Plague Bats. I want to do these, because that's like just some easy kill quests that we can do. Well, yeah, easy in the sense that it's kind of a more open area in the Eastern Plaguelands than in the Western Plaguelands. Or rather, in the Eastern Plaguelands rather than the Western Plaguelands. It's a little bit more open, those enemies are not as packed together, it's more spread out, and we can more easily do them. I don't think I'm going to do any more here in the Western Plaguelands. I don't like the area, it drives me crazy. Especially having Anderhall in the middle breaking everything up and you have to run through Anderhall every time you want to get anywhere. So I don't want to be here. We're gonna do these 3 quests in the Western Plaguelands, and then I think we'll do one day there in the Western Plaguelands. After that, whatever other levels we need, we'll go to Silithus, and we'll try to get them there. And I think that's gonna be, we can do Silithus. We could do Winter Spring. We have lots of options that are gonna be more enjoyable to me than this place. So that is gonna be the plan. Again,
Farewell.
we could easily do the Cauldron quests. Maybe that's kind of what we'll plan on. Maybe we'll try to do the Cauldron quest and then we'll go do the Kill quest. I don't think either of these tents is going to give me rested experience though, which is completely unacceptable at this point. Yeah, I'm going to send us back to Ironforge, I think, which is incredibly far still. Where can we go that's a little bit closer that we could just kind of get into an inn? We have to train. Yeah, let's just go to South Shore. I just want somewhere where we can at least get rested experience, hide out in the inn, let that build up. We're going to want some rested if we're going to tackle those kill quests. But yeah, so the plan will be, we will do the next 2 cauldrons. They're worth it for the experience that we get. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to work on this. After that, we will get whatever other levels we need somewhere else. Whether it's back in Kalimdor. Maybe there's somewhere here that we could quest. We could go to the Blasted Lands. Oh, we would have wanted to do the Blasted Lands. We usually do these quests. It's a lot of running around fighting stuff. And that can be okay when there's not a lot of other people playing the game. I just don't know. I guess we would have to start off in Red Ridge. I guess we'd start off in Darkshire, run through the Deadwind Pass, Swamp of Sorrows, into the Blasted Lands. We have options. That's kind of my point. We have lots of things we can do. So we'll wrap up in the Western Plaguelands. We'll go into the Eastern Plaguelands. And then we'll see what comes next, guys. Thank you all very much for being here and all the support you've shown on this series. I really do appreciate it. I've had a blast on the Rogue. It's been such fun and so unexpected when we were starting off that I would come to love the class this much, that it's fast approaching my favorite class. And the only thing that'll hold it back from that is obviously I need to play it a little bit at endgame. I want to get it into some 5-man dungeons at endgame and see how it feels. But yeah, for soloing, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite classes, so it's been a really great journey. Thank you guys for being here. And as always, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth sometime very soon. Bye for now.